going on, everyone? It's Andrew here, back with Car Mechanic Simulator 2021. We are going to be doing another American-made series video today. This will be number 14, I believe it is. The last one we did was that 70 Plymouth Roadrunner. Turned out to be an actual pretty beautiful car. We're starting off today in the junkyard. We're going to take a little gander around, see if we can't find our next project vehicle. Because I believe the one we're going to be doing today, I have not done, well, I think I've built it one other time, one or two maybe other times. I don't remember ever building them on the channel. But, ooh, that's actually a good price. But I have lots of these though. So, I don't really want another one. But it is a good price though. It's $2,000 less than what it normally, well, the value of the car is at. We'll keep cruising around here. What is that? Let's run over there and see. Looks like it might be the Mayan M8 or something like that. Alright, what do we got here? 6-cylinder, 65 power. No, I'm good. I'm good. We don't want that. I think I was right. Supercharged or no? No, just regular 4-cam V8. You can put a supercharger on it, though. You can put a Coyote or the Boss rear-wheel drive motor in it. So, ooh, is it the OVE edition? I believe it is. That's a standard. Huh? See, I was wrong. Ooh, expensive. I was just basing it on this hood right here, but I guess the standard version has this, that scoop in it, and the regular version doesn't. So, all right, let's see. Keep cruising through. Nothing in. Nothing in. All right. Well, we shall head back to the shop, and I will see you all when we get. Welcome back to the shop, everyone. And we're kind of in my my version of a Joe Dirt special car. Take a look at it. Kind of almost looks like the one from the old show there. This car came from beautiful British Columbia. Now this would make sense. How many miles are on this thing again? 127,000. As far as I can tell, it's pretty much almost all original. Like even the motor's in there, and this is a FCC car, so it is actually a supercharged car. See. So like I said, this is numbers matching motor to the car. It runs, it drives. Can't remember if we won any races with it or not. I don't believe we have. But anywho, let's take a little gander inside the shop here. Come over here, turn off the alarm. Beep, 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 beep. There we go. There's a charger. I'm slowly working on it, restoring it back to original. The only performance on this is the internals, the pistons, and the camshaft, I believe, are the only things upgraded to performance. Everything else is OEM quality. But what we're going to be working on today is sitting back over yonder here in the old car whoosh. Got ourselves here a 1965 Ford GT40. I figure it's a pretty good car to build for an American-made series, right? Alright, for the interior whoosh. Now the car will be staying red, it'll be just a different shade of red. Altered, of course. And if we have enough time, I was thinking maybe we'll bring it to the track today or something. Maybe. If not, maybe we'll make another video of just specifically this car on the track, the test course, and the drag strip. Just to see on how well it will perform. So, without further ado, let's start stripping this thing down. Get all these crap-tacular parts off. Actually, before we go any further, I do need to purchase the body panels for this car. I don't think the ones I have here will actually repair. I don't believe that they're good enough quality. I'm not saying they're like not good enough in general. I'm just saying I don't think they're 15% or higher. Oh, we got an original door, so that's good. We got an original door. Perfect. So we need everything but the driver's door. Okay. So, we'll go order it on the computer. Tablet seems like it needs to go on charge. Alright, so we need the front clamshell. I believe we got the left door already, right? Yep, okay. So we need the left door window, right door window, headlight, side mirror, windscreen, trunk window, tail light, mirror, other headlight, rear clamshell, left tail light. Perfect. Now they're on order. I'm glad I got a parts distributor right down the street, I tell you. Alright, let's jack this bad boy up on the lift here and start stripping her down. This car will be all fully painted up, detailed, all that fun stuff. I'm pretty sure I should have mostly everything for it. There's no guarantees because, well, I'm not too familiarized with these ones, so I'm not too sure if I remembered everything or not. Let's bust this ball joint free. Good enough. Beautiful. I guess we should take out the upper control arm first. That might sometimes help just a bit, you know what I mean? Periodically, anyway. Awesome. Let's get this rear steering knuckle D off, or just rear knuckle housing D. Alright, this side we got a control caliper. I'm a little tired today, that's why we're doing a video, not a stream. Maybe a little bit later on we'll do a stream, but right now it's just a... Didn't really sleep all that well last night, so... And up early in the morning, so... Yeah, it's life though, ain't it? Alright, get the gearbox B V8 OHV off. Alright, that's our engine block back there. See, it's this one here is Ford blue. That one's gonna be... I tried to match it to the car, but it's a little bit too light of a color. But nonetheless, it should still work good. Car originally comes with 15. We're putting 17s on it. You know, it should fill up the gap in the wheels there, or in the wheel wells there, just a little bit better. One would hope it will. Alright, and then we remove the caliper, the brake pad, the rotor, the wheel hub. After you spray it, of course. I got all the springs put together. Coilovers on all four corners. Yeah, and we're going to put aftermarket disc brakes on it too. Give it a little bit better stopping power, you know what I mean? Because if this thing goes the way I think it's going to, she's going to need that extra stopping power. Because more or less this could be technically the race version if I really put a supercharger on it. But I'm not even on twin carbonate like that, but you know, something like a Pro Charger or something like that would be kind of sweet, but let's give it a little extra oomph. But anywho, alright, dust cap, the bearing, the bag, the caliper. That was nice. Brake pad, brake floater. Alright, now we're gonna get this wheel hub off. I was blessed with the caliper not getting stuck, but wheel hub on the other hand, you know, played a different role. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Sway bar in key. And this is just a regular old sway bar. No A's, no B's, just the sway bar. Alright, bust this bolt free. Perfect. Alright, let's get this lower control arm out of the way now. Perfect. Alright, now we are going to do the inner and outer tie rods. Now the steering rack. Goodbye. Alright, steering knuckle B. Alright, we got the motor and we got a fuse box left in here now. Awesome. So I'll bring that down like that. We'll slide this over. The car lift A. So this bad boy right here. Move this over car lift A. The GT40. At least there's a lot of space back here to work on. Alright, let's get this motor out. Beautiful. Now let's get this fuse box out of the way. Pretty sure I should have all the fuses and relays for it. It's hard to say. Can't remember if we bought them all or not. It's hard to say. I don't remember. Alright. That's done. Perfect. Alright, now while this is doing its magic work, $2 grand. Wow. I'm going to come over here and start building on this Ford V8. Got the block in there. Now we're going to put the old crankshaft in. And now we're going to put the crank caps. Got 3 of them. And after that, we piston rings. Alright, and we're going performance everything on this. I mean, like, why not, right? It's supposed to be a race car. Well, let's make it, you know, run like a race car, you know what I mean? A few more left of these, and then we can transfer on to putting the rod caps on. And then once the rod caps are on, then we can put the oil pan on. And the possibilities are endless at this point. But anyway, now we're switching over to the rod caps. Make sure these are all torqued down to whatever the torque spec is. I don't have it offhand, but you know, we'll get it. We'll figure it out. Beautiful. Alright. Alright, we're halfway down the rod caps. Got full mow. There we go. Beautiful, last one. And now the oil pan. Look at that nice sheen of a black, eh? That's nice. It turned out nice on the color spectrum, in my opinion. But not all the blacks on this car are going to be that shade. Some of them are gloss. Alright, now we'll put the oil filter on. Beautiful. Alright, now spin this bad boy over. Start working on the top side of the motor. Alright, now we're going to put the cylinder heads on. $1,700 later and we'll be good. I guess maybe we should put camshaft in now, eh? What do you think? Sometimes that's pretty beneficial. I mean, you know, we can add parts like distributor and all that good stuff. Wrong one. I knew I was going to make that screw up, now didn't I? Alright, let's try this one again. There we go. Alright, now we're going to do this one over here. Got all excited when I was doing the paint work on this and come to the realization that I can paint the OEM style coil, but couldn't paint the performance one. So I was like, woohoo, yeah. And then I looked, I was like, oh. Can't remember if I did paint it or not. I don't think I did. Let's just take a little gander for the goose here. It doesn't matter anyway, because the other one's on the charger. But yeah, we're going to build ourselves a GT40. Have it screaming around the track. Maybe I'll do the test track first with it, see how the acceleration and cornering and stuff is. Maybe then we can adjust it from there and really set it up for an actual, well, can't really do an actual race because it's only 1v0 here on the racetrack, so. And I don't think it would be fast enough for a drag strip. Ooh, look at that black crinkle color, eh? Doesn't that look good? I think that looks amazing. Alright, now we're going to put these sparkle plugs in. Got full on this side, full on the other side. When we get there, I'm going to put this big, huge exhaust pipe on. Look at that. That's just pure beauty there. Whew. Alright, put the alternator on. Now we'll put the power steering pump on. Alright, now we're going to build the front side of the motor with the cam gear and then the timing chain and timing cover. Alright, now the water pump. 4 bolts in for that. Now the crank pulley. Beautiful. Water pump pulley. It's a specialized one for the Ford V8. Ford's got to be just that little bit different, you know what I mean? So I can understand, I can respect that. Alright, now we're going to work on the driver's side head. 17,000 bolts later, and we'll get her put back on. Alright, now we're going to put the valve train in. Starting off the push rods. There we go. Now, I tried to balance the colors on this as best I could, but it doesn't always work out the way I seem. But right now it seems to be pretty balanced. You know, that bright red on the block is really helping out. Because, well, once I do the intake, you're going to see what the actual color is supposed to be. But I don't know what it is with these blocks, but maybe I got to start painting them flat black first, give them a little bit darker maybe, I'm not sure. It seems like they always go just that different shade, you know what I mean? It does the same thing on the Mopar blocks too, the orange ones. I don't know why, but I just build them, I just paint them, that's all I do. I mean, yeah, I could have messed around with the color and made it a little bit darker, but before, now it stands out more. Now it actually looks like a race motor, you know what I mean? Alright, let's put the old sparky poos in. There we go. These will help out drastically in acceleration and hopefully burning cleaner. Alright, let's put the spark plug wires on. There we go. 46. Alright, now the intake. Just a little bit darker of a color is what it's supposed to be. Now we're going to put these on, which are the 2-barrel side draft carburetors. Now I believe I did the trumpets black. Could be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure I did. I mean, just look at that, right? That's a nice color red right there. Almost matches the oh no, these are red too, so that's all good. It's all good. Actually matches the carburetor, to be honest. It kind of contrasts that chrome. It almost looks like it matches it though too. Almost, not quite. It's a little bit too dark of a red to match it, but alright. I believe the motor is done. Done. It's a nice looking motor. Not bad. I'd rock it. Alright, now we're going to come over here. We're going to get rid of all this junk. We don't want it in there no more. I was just aware that my my body panels have shown up. Actually, probably back over here by the paint shop. That's where guys been bringing them lately, so. Alright, let's check this crate. Yep, okay. Non-stackable. See, somebody didn't get the memo. Alright, these two crates and this one over here. Let's see, let's double check. Yeah, okay, there's all of our body panels. Beautiful. Alright, let's head back to the car. And let's, actually, we're going to put the motor in it first because that way then I can put all 4 wheels on it right off the hop. So we're going to spin this around. Get it ready for the next motor, which I don't know what it's going to be since we're building the charger motor in the car. Oh yeah, look at that. That just screams performance, minus the alternator being partway in the body, but yeah, you know, tomato, you know what I mean? Alright. Now, first things first, once now, we're going to put this transmission in. See, not everything's going to be the satin black. Other things are going to be all chromed out. Alright, now we're going to work our way over to here. And put that on. Now we're going to put the fuel tank in for that one. It's these long ones that run down the side of the body. Beautiful. Now the starter. We got ourselves a starter. Yeah, we do. I didn't want to paint and mess with the armatures and nothing like that, so it is what it is. There we go. Put the shock on. Shock on, man. Shock on. Alright, now we'll put the wheel hub on. Put the wheel bearing. Drive axle B. For the rear, that is. I'm going to put the brake rotor on. I didn't go nothing crazy. I didn't go carbon ceramic or nothing like that. I just, a little extra zing to it, that's all. Alright, you all ready for the new wheel? I am. Oh yeah. Instead of running the man, wow. That is a close fit. Uh-oh. I need to do a little bit of investigative reporting here. Man, that is tight, tight, tight. Ouch. That might be a little too close for comfort there. I'm not sure. But whatever. We'll figure it out as time progresses. Now we're going to do the same to the side. Stick the knuckle housing D on. For the rear, that is. Alright, and there's no cross member in this car. Probably because it's a unibody. There. Mid-engine rear-wheel drive. This is one of the pioneers of it, this car. And he was definitely onto something when he built it, Mr. Shelby. In my opinion, this was the pinnacle of all road racing. Others tried to compete in the Trans Am series, but it just wasn't the Le Mans, you know what I mean? Alright, now I'm going to put this on. I also got a steering rack for I got a lot of duplicate parts here because it's for the charger over yonder behind me. So, alright, steering knuckle B. B, man, B. Be what you want. Or control arm. I'll put the outer tie rod on. Beautiful. I'm going to stick in the front shock. I'm going to put the sway bar in since I do need the end link first before I start putting everything else together on it. Alright, now I'm going to put the backing plate on. We're going to put it in the wheel hub. Put all 3 bolts in. Now we've got the wheel bearing, dust cap, the road tabling, the rotor. Alright, brake pad, caliper. Beautiful. I'm going to put the front wheel on. Now, I don't know if this one's going to fit. We may have to stand back and take a look at this one. Actually, it fits better in the front than it does the rear, so that's good. That's good news. Kind of makes me happy in a way. Look at that. Doesn't that look good? Looks like a little mini go-kart. Alright, now we're going to an order that I do here. Alright, now we're going to jump on over here to the passenger side. There we go. Slide underneath the car. Now we're going to put the upper control arm on. And now the lower control arm. Beautiful. Now we're going to stick the outer tie rod in. I'm going to put the sway bar end link B in. Now the shock, so we can shock on. Alright, now the backing plate, dust plate, wheel hub. And now we're going to put the wheel bearing in. Dust cap. Rotor. Brake pad. Caliper. Now the wheel. Now we can set this bad boy back down. Let's put this away first. We don't need that here anymore. We most definitely do not need this here. Let's put it back on. Perfection. Alright, now what we're going to do is we're going to put all the goodies in for here. Nice chromic muffler. Power steering reservoir. Hey, we got one of them this time. We're going to forget that. The battery can wait till after we get the fuse box in. Alright, we got the coolant reservoir C, brake booster, master cylinder, ignition goop, the radiator, and the dual fan setup for the radiator. Perfect. Where's my fuse box go? There it is, right beside the battery. How about that, huh? Nice. No. See, I'm jumping the gun here. There's the one we want. Doesn't look much different, but it is. Alright, looks like we got a bunch of stuff here we can use. Beautiful. Pretty sure I went and bought out the store last time I bought these. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure I did. Alright, now I'm going to put in the fuse A, fuse B, C, pardon me, fuse B, and this one here should either be an A or B. That's a B. Put the lid on it. There we go. Good to go. Now we put the battery in. Alright, now we're going to start putting some fluid in it. First things first, let's put some oil in it. Get her all operational. Oh, clean that up. I definitely don't want to make a mess on this right now. She's too pretty. She's too clean. Now, what I'm going to like seeing is that motor through that window on the back clamshell. Alright, we got oil. We got power steering fluid back here. Technically, if I put a seat in it, it should fire up right now, but we want to put some coolant in it. We most definitely do not want it to run hot, so put a little extra in it because it's got to run through the system. There we go. Put some brake fluid in so we can actually stop. There's my notification bell stating that my parts are arrived, which we already know because we already got them. There we go. Then we put some window goop in. The blue stuff, you know. Like I said, I prefer the yellow Rain-X stuff, but you know, we'll use this windscreen washer. Works best from plus 200 degrees Celsius to negative 40 degrees Celsius. No freeze, no smear, no dirt. 5-liter jug. And I don't know what that other word is. But we'll use this stuff instead because that's what's on hand. Now, as far as I know, parts are at 99%. What am I missing? What kind of parts am I missing, man? What am I missing? Ah, we weren't done. Oh no, yeah, we should be done. That's right, the fuel tank's in. I just need to put the fuel pump in. There we go. Now it should be at 100%. Yeah, perfect. Okay, now we're going to put the seats and steering wheel in it. Now normally I go a little bit aftermarket, but not this time. We're going OG, man. We're going all GT40 stuff for the interior. Heck yeah. That's nice looking stuff. Why not use it? You know what I mean? Plus with this fuel tank and stuff right here, it's a little harder to find seats for it. You know what I mean? This fits in there perfect. Now you sit in here like a glove. Alright. Cross your fingers. Contact. Oh yeah. Perfect. Alright. Now, before we put the body panels on it and scratch it all the heck, we're going to move this over here. Look at that little go-kart. Doesn't that thing look like a little go-kart? Looks like a little go-kart to me. So tiny. Alright, let's give her a wheel alignment here. Needs one. Hasn't had one yet. By the looks of it, since the day it rolled off the showroom floor. Alright, perfect. Dialed in. Let's take a little gander at it. I might have to make these rear wheels smaller, I'm not sure. Depending on how much they expand when we're running. I guess we should put the headlights in maybe. What do y'all think? Alright, put the front clamshell on. And put passenger headlight in, driver's side headlight in. Let's put the windscreen in. Put the passenger mirror on. Drop passenger door. Yeah, let's put the plexiglass in. We need to put that on. Put this window in. I mean, look at that. Doesn't that just look good? There's the original door that we repaired. It's kind of open to get all the doors, or all the panels repaired on it, but whatever. All right, American Made Series number 14 is what this one is. Because according to what the Roadrunner was, that one was number 13. So look at those trumpets sticking through. Doesn't that look good? I think that does. Body finished. Everything's at 100%. My favorite number of the day, 100%. Alright, now we can give the headlights an alignment. Get them all on adjustment properly. Even though we'll never need them because, well, we don't run at nighttime. So, alright, perfect. Now we're going to bring you over to the paint shop. And we're going to prime it first with our black. Not that one. We're going to use this one because it's a nice smooth black. I don't know if I like. Yeah, I don't know. Looks like it's definitely ready for racing. That's for sure. And now we're going to hit it with the red. But do we got any stripes on this? We got blue. Ooh, I like that. Ooh. Whoa. I'm going to run the black stripes on it. Yeah. Matches the car, you know what I mean? Alright. Now we're going to bring this over to the dyno. And doesn't that just look good? I think it does. Can't wait to see it in the sunlight. Alright, what have we got going on here? We've got a 350 rear gear. Let's bump this up to a 390. It's going to lower our top speed a bit, but whatever. Alright, now we're going to adjust all this. 45, 1.2. I'll be happy with the 1.2 for each of them. 1.2, 0.45, 0.9, 1.2, sure. 1.2. Alright. And now the last and final 1.8. Ooh. Alright, we'll take the 1.8. Sure. Beautiful. Alright, so now we're running, let's see, 3.6. I want to say 5.4% in tuning. So let's see how much. It's supposed to have 335 horsepower at 5,700 RPM and 332 pound-feet of torque at 4,700 RPM. I know dang well we've increased that, so let's see how much by, shall we? Go, baby, go. Go, baby, go. Okay. Hey, look at that. Our Gregory matches the horsepower. That's first. Alright, wait till the car shuts off. Alright, our new horsepower numbers now are 571 horsepower at 6,300 RPM, which is an increase of 236 horsepower or 71%. And we are now sitting at 546 pound-feet of torque at 4,800 RPM, which is an increase of 214 pound-feet or 65%. Our drag rating now is A571, which matches the horsepower number. Perfect. Alright, now let's bring this out front. Let's bring her out front. mean, you gotta admit, that is a nice, shiny looking car, isn't it? Take a picture of that. Beautiful. Out of the old sticker book. Alright. I'm thinking maybe we'll hit the test track. Let's fire the old thing up. Give it a couple of squirts. Let's drive it to the test track. We're just going to see on how well it actually drives. Take her slow at first. I'm trying to understand now why these things won so many dang races. Holy crap. This thing turns on a dime. How well the brakes on it. Alright, now I'm intrigued to see what it does at the racetrack. You know what I mean? I don't think it's going to do all that great in the drag strip because the cars are going to be a lot more powerful than this. You know, it's just little baby horsepower. These little baby numbers. But it's still a fun toy to play around with, you know what I mean? I would expect everything to be 100%. So this is the beauty of the test track if you don't have the test path. Alright, as long as the vehicle running, all the parts are what they claim to be, you know, operational, you can actually bring it to a test path and it'll tell you what the numbers are on it. Alright, now we're going to, oh, wait, we don't want inventory, we want this. I'm going to go here, racetrack. My record on it is 1 minute and 43 seconds. Let's see if we can't get ahead of it with this. Because like I said, this is what this car was designed and built for. To beat Ferrari. So definitely gonna have to drop that gear back down. Like I said, I understand now why this car won so many dang races. Wow. One of the best passes. One of the best passes around this dang track. This is our fastest lap we've done on here. 1 minute 37. I'm pretty happy with that, actually. Brakes are so good, the car doesn't want to do a burnout. I know it's got the power to do it. Alright, let's return back to the garage. So I'm generally impressed with this. Overall, I really am. Like, that's just racetrack. Look at 1 minute 37.86. That's this car. Damn. Alright, everybody. I hope you all enjoyed what you watched today. Please do like and subscribe if you liked what you saw. And, yeah. We're still on our road to 500 subs. So we got 134 more to go. And, yeah. And then after that, the goal is going to be pushed up a little bit more, you know, and then we're going to be up to 1,000. Let's get to 1,000 subs, you know. So, again, thank you everybody for watching. We'll catch you all on the next one. Bye, everyone.